What's poppin', everybody? I'm Ben, part of the Powell String Team here. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do a top string. Let's get into it. Alright, so to start, you're going to want to grab your mesh and your top string. Those are your two materials you're going to need here. Right here we have our Frontier Powell mesh, and so we're going to spread it out a little bit. Find the 9 diamond side, count them across right here. The mesh is going to want to turn that way, so we're going to turn it that way. Pinch the top here. Make sure it's all spread out, ready to go. And then you're going to grab your top string. Grab the top string. You're going to want to tie a knot about 2 inches in from the end. Just like that. And we're ready to go. Alright, so now that we have everything ready to go here, we're going to start stringing this bad boy up. So you got your string, you got your mesh. You're going to put the string right through the top hole there. Pull it nice and tight. You're going to take your mesh, and we're going to be working on this diamond first. So you're going to go through the front of it. And when I say front of it, I'm talking about where the ball is going to be sitting this side. So you're going to go through it once, back through the outside of the head. Leave that a little bit loose. You're going to go back through the whole diamond one more time, and then back through the head again. So before you tighten it, it's going to look a little bit like that. You're going to pull the second string that you put through, or second time you went around there, and you're going to pull it nice and tight. So then the mesh is nice and locked to the head. So now we're going to start with these diamonds up here. So for these diamonds, you're going to want to be using the front part of the mesh. So this back little flap, you're just going to kind of pull up, because we're not going to be using that. So to start, you're going to go through the front of the mesh, just the front part. See, the flap is right there. Pull that out. So now the string is on the back side of the mesh, and we're going to start on our first diamond. So you're going to go through the back of the mesh without the overlap. See, we just pull that up right there. Through the front of the head. And then this loop, you're going to want to leave this a little bit, and you're going to be working on the top. So if you turn the mesh right here, you can see these top diamonds. You're going to be going down through that, while also staying inside this loop. So that's your first part of the knot. You can pull that down nice and tight. And then you're going to be doing the opposite when you go up and around again. I'll show you that right here. So you're going to go back up through the top part that I was just talking to you guys about, through the back part of the head, if I can get it here, and then out through that same diamond that you initially went through. You're going to have a little loop here. Make sure the string goes through the loop. You're going to pull it down, over. I usually pinch it with my finger here to keep it nice and tight. Pull it back towards you. So that's your first knot. We're going to go through it a few more times so you guys can get a hang of it. So the second one, same exact thing. Through the back part of the mesh, front of the head, down through the top. And on this one you can kind of see the top is going to be connected to here and here. So it's easier to find the top on that second one. You're going to pull it down nice and tight, and now we're doing the opposite. We're going up through the top, through the back of the head, keep the loop, out through the front of the mesh, string goes through the loop, pull it over, nice and locked up. There we go. So now we're on to the third one here. Go a little bit quicker, if you guys can. Down, tight. Back up through, out through the hole, make sure that string is inside the loop, pull it over, lock it, tight. Alright, so now you have this left side done, so now we're going to be working on the right side. Pretty much the same thing up until the lock on the head, but just a little bit further over. So through the back of the mesh, through the front of the head. Oh, and on this one you're going to want to skip a diamond. So you skip a diamond and go to the second one. Down through the top, through this loop right here. Pick that flap up, we don't need that. Down, over, nice and tight. So again, you're gonna be working that top part of the mesh, up through the back of the head, out through the front of the mesh. See how that got a little loose there? You're gonna wanna pull it down, over, clamp it. There you go. So I'm gonna finish this up here with the last two. Down through. You're gonna wanna make sure that's nice and tight. So this is, you don't want this being loose at all, or else you'll see it in your knots. You wanna keep them consistent and tight. When you're doing this, you can check your previous knots and make sure they all look the same. Because sometimes if you mess one up, you can turn it around to the front. You can see a little mess up or something like that. You want to spot it so you don't have to unstring the whole head. Down through there. Back up through. Pull it down. Tighten her up. And now we have all 6 diamonds on top done. So now we're going to be doing this again on this other side. So we're just doing the complete opposite. First, you're going to start with the mesh, go through that front part, up through the top diamond there, and the inside of the head. Grab this, you're going to want to go through both now. So you're going to put this flap down, you're going to go through the back, out to the outside of the head. So there's your first loop. One more time. That's where it gets a little bit tougher. You're gonna pull the first one. Pull that nice and tight. Pull the second one. And then you're gonna knot it off. All right, and I know we got through a lot there, but if you guys have any questions, leave them down in the comments below and we'll try to get to all of them.